So, just about to get back into space and breaking down space and the things that come into our area, like the books and the movies and the artworks that we observe. And this is pretty much, this is gonna be out before my other video because it's taking a while to upload on my iPhone. But the video where I say I'm connected to everything, or we're connected to everything. Like when you watch a movie and all these things, like they come into your space for a reason. But if you're only looking at the protagonist, you're only looking at the antagonist, or you're only looking at the mediator in the movie. Like you're not really looking at the whole movie. So you miss. Say a movie got a good plot twist at the end, but you need to understand everybody's perspective to get the plot twist. If you're not paying attention to everybody else, just the princess, or just the dude trying to say the princess, you don't get everybody else's standpoint, so you miss the whole understanding of the movie. So now you got to watch the movie again. So now you watching it from the princess, the antagonist, but you missing the king or the father's perspective. So now you go back and watch it again. But it's just like same if you reading a book or whatever, and you just stuck in one perspective of the book. But it's like, bro, you can break down so many different perspectives of this book if you choose to really understand it from all perspectives, all seasons. Same with the Bible, bro. We only usually get it from um, God is all loving, God is all this, but then you can get it from a God is all hate perspective. You can really read the Bible from God hate us, this whole perspective. He placed us in burden, all that shit, hell, all that, and there's no you can literally only read it from that perspective, and it'd be just fear mongering in a sense. But you can read it from the all love, you can read it from the all peaceful, and you get people like that, bro. It's people that can teach the Bible and they be straight terrorists, where they talking about destruction. We seen it with the KKK. We like that's literally the power in flipping perspectives. Like there's many perspectives you can read from in that Bible, bro. There's so many different ones. Literally, it's every fucking emotion in that Bible, and if you choose, like, and it's deeply threaded intertwined through all of it, and you can pull from each one a quote or whatever, verse or whatever, and you can prove your point. That's why Christianity, that's why religion works so much, and people get stuck on that shit. And it's like, oh, because this justifies this. But if you keep reading, then I can show you how that don't justify you. And it's like, well, honestly, only reason y'all only contradicting and arguing because neither one of y'all are holistic. Yes, it's love. Yes, it's hate. Yes, there's peace. Yes, there's all that shit. But what season are we in now? But that's with everything. No matter what, like I said, no matter what movie, no matter what sporting, no matter what you're doing, there's a perspective to learn from. Like for me, being older, this is a personal thing. I watch my sister and my mom argue all the time. I look at how I used to be my sister, and I look at how my mom could improve on her arguments, and I see how my sister get on my mom's nerves. I see how they both would. By the time she was senior, my mom want her out the house versus my sister want to be out the house, and it's like they both probably think my mama think Brooke immature, childish, and Brooke probably think my mama just over whatever. And it's like it's a mix of both of y'all. Neither one of y'all are really, harmonizing. But that's every parent relationship. As a kid, you be rebellious to your parents. As a parent, you want to be 100% this, that, this is that. But it's like, no, you got to kind of understand you was rebellion and they going to go through that stage. So it's like you have to truly look at all perspectives if you want to be holistic. You're going to keep going through that shit no matter what. And that's understanding your space, and kind of with temptation too. If anything, even in your space to tempt you, it's literally for a reason. Like you wouldn't even be able to be aware of those certain things if it wasn't for a reason. Either it's your subconscious, it's your spirit, it's your soul, it's your ancestors trying to tell you. You need to take awareness to that. Not even with temptation is like, oh, I got to do it. That's what temptation becomes, because it becomes a demon, it becomes too much of a powerful energy where whenever action or experience it come, you just dive into that temptation because you was being pushing away. You never answered the questions of why it was even in your space, and that's usually what temptation is. It's like, all right, for me, I'll use drugs for example. I never wanted to even take drugs, period, smoke weed, none of that. All that came with time or whatever. But strums, it took me a while. I had to understand that you can't overdose until like you take at least your 2 times or 3 times your body weight and shrooms and shit. Like it was certain shit I had to learn. And through that learning, my temptation it wasn't a fear. It didn't become a fear. It didn't become a crutch. It was perfect where I knew what it was, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna make the decision to use these things now. But in that same aspect, I can be like, nah. the DMT in my dreams. So if I dream more, I can just do the same things in shrooms. Okay, well, I don't need this. And I could have been like, no, I don't need it. But I had a logical reason for not using it, or I had a logical reason for using it. And it wasn't just I'm doing it out of unknowingness in a sense. And that's the biggest thing. Like sometimes we do things, but it's like we don't really know why we're doing it. And that's because we didn't really have, just awareness to certain shit before. And some things you find awareness after, some things you find awareness before. It just, depends on your life cycle or whatever journey you're going through or whatever it's trying to teach you. It just is what it is. But, yeah, yeah, just look at all perspectives. That's the best thing I can tell you in understanding your space. It's not that you have to do the things that's in your area, but it's a reason. Like temptation, usually people think with love and sex, but somebody can tempt you to get mad. Somebody can tempt you to be whatever, and it's like, why are they able to almost make me? Why are they so easily pushing my buttons? Why am I so vulnerable to their attacks? Okay, well, you think back. Well, is they calling me a nickname that somebody else used to say that bothered me as a past, and that's some childhood shit? Oh, okay. Or are they telling me I'm ugly and I want to be beautiful? So, okay, well, you need to be beautiful on your own type shit and not worry about other people or look for other people's idea of beauty. What's another one? It's many ways you can look at it. Another thing, it's just, we go through a lot of shit. But I figured it was a police or something. How them damn record trucks are driving through this house. But yeah, yeah, it just is what it is, and you have to be truly holistic, truly have a whole perspective, and just realizing like why are people able to tempt you and get mad? Like period. Like I'm trying to think of what some other things, but it just is what it is. It's that simple. If they able to make you mad, it might not even be them. Like I said, it might be some built up shit in the past, and they just got the key and they know the button to press. So you need to realize that temptation and fix it, answer it. Now that temptation is gone, where nobody else can tempt you towards that anger, tempt you to get out of your square in a sense. That's really what temptation is. When you're not in control, when you just out of your square in a sense, where they leave you vulnerable in a sense. And now when you're vulnerable, you up for attack and shit like that. And then you don't never really want to be out your square. You just want to always, in a sense. And of course, that's just certain aspects in a sense. If you're really trying to dive deep, you're strong. You can step out your square, but you know that you just know. It's like I say, everything has levels to it, and I'm gonna keep it at that. I don't really want to get. If y'all know if you know what I mean by stepping out the square and being comfortable and doing that, you get me. But just for the meanwhile and understanding the space, yeah, like I said with books, no matter what it is, somebody even say a book title around you. Like either they about to talk about that book, so you need to understand the perspective they're gonna give to you, or maybe it's something that you need to get out of that book, and you might just need a summary, you might just need the title, you might need whatever, because you might have read the book already. It might just be a resonation that y'all have with each other. Like, oh, you read that book, I read that book. Oh, you like that book? Oh, now and we can talk from there. We have a communication point and all that different shit. But it's just saying like whatever. Understand your space. Understand that everything in your space is a part of you. I don't give a fuck what it is, and try to get all perspectives from it. And so you won't have to keep going back and watching that same lesson or same movie. But I think that's it. Trying to hopefully think that nothing else pop up, because that's usually what happens. I'll be on my fifth video, goddamn. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. This is. Yeah, only thing I have to say, I forgot I can pause my shit on this phone. But yeah, man, just being holistic, figuring out the bigger picture. Look at the bigger picture. That's gonna help you out in the long run. I know sometimes one part of the picture might be more beautiful than the whole picture, or just the whole picture combined. But try to look at the whole thing and understand the totality of the beautiful picture in a sense. Damn, I said that wrong. Well, not how I wanted to say it, but just understand that the whole picture is beautiful in a sense. I mean, that's if that's the perspective you want to look at. But just understand the logic behind the whole picture. Just like there's beauty and logic in that part of the picture, there can be beauty and logic in the whole picture. But why you only think that part is beautiful versus the whole, understand, resonate. Truly, just understand. It's your space. If it's in your space, you should be comfortable to learn from it. Period. It don't mean you gotta succumb to it. It don't mean you gotta be a master over you. Just understand that you have logic behind it. That's it. That's as simple as that. Where you can literally have just a foundation to say no or yes, and literally have just be firm and stronger behind it. Where you say no behind something, it ain't where, oh, you can say this or somebody can sway me and now I'm saying yes. It's like, nah, I know why I said no and I ain't fucking with it. Or I know why I said yes and I'm fucking with this. Like that's why I say you. Because yes and no is cool, but why? Why is it a yes and no? That's more towards the temptation and shit too. Get deeper. And don't be scared of it. Because it's just yourself, man. It's just yourself. But I'm out here. Deuces.